Hello, friends. I'm back. And I think y'all be jumping on here in just a second. I'm probably not going to be able to sit here and look at your comments because I'm swamped. So, I thought I was just put my groceries up and give y'all a quick update of why I have been missing all week. So, I told y'all on the community tab that Granny, my mom, had a medical emergency. So that's all I told y'all. Y'all been awesome. Actually got several messages from y'all and just concerns. I'm sorry I have not replied to anybody. I've just been so busy. And so my brother called me. This is what happened. Kennedy and I were at Sam's. And my younger brother called me and said, Mom's having a stroke. Where do you want me to take her? And I said, well, just get her to the hospital. And he goes, which hospital do you want me to take her into? And I said, well, and I told him which one to take her to. So Kennedy and I were like 2 hours away. So we throw our stuff back that was cold stuff and headed to the hospital. And we get there and they just do test. And sorry, I've got to put these groceries away. And this is the only time I have talked to you probably until next week. And so they started doing tests and they said, no, she did not have a stroke, but did she fall? She's got a really bad spot on her head. And no, she didn't fall. We couldn't think of anything. And they just kept saying, are you sure she didn't fall? No, she didn't fall. And so right there at the end, she remembered that she, when she was coming back from Maine, her and Eddie went to Maine. First vacation she's been on in 20 years because she took care of my nanny and just different stuff in her life. But she had not been anywhere fun since my dad passed away. It had been right at 20 years. So anyway, her and my brother went to Maine to go look at all the fall foliage. And by the way, these things are awesome. Of course, I love Atkins stuff. She said, when I was getting up from my seat on the airplane, they had that luggage thing pulled down. And I got up real fast and I hit my head. And she just barely remembered it. And really just hit her head and went on. But my mom, y'all all know her story. She got the stem cell transplant 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years ago next week. Or in 2 weeks. And her platelets, they run between 40 and 50. Normal people's run 150 to 200. So the littlest thing can make her bleed. And so that's what happened, and we didn't know. All this time that she had bleeding. It wasn't in the brain, but it was between the brain and the head, at this bone. And so it was filling up and it was starting to press up against the brain. And so they said it caused a seizure. Well, when my brother was with her, they were actually at a Mexican restaurant and they were having dinner. She dropped her fork and she lost like control of her left side. And Eddie said he just looked at her and said, and she said, Eddie, she said, am I talking weird? I feel like I'm having to strain to get my words out. And he said, yes, Mom, I think you're having a stroke. We need to get you to the hospital. And so she, that's when they left. Well, more testing. She did not have a seizure. She had a stroke. They kept changing it. And, sorry, y'all. This is, like I said, the only time I have to talk. till next week. And she drops things out of this hand. Like she dropped her iPad on her toe. She can't. She messed up on the piano. Different stuff like that. So we were in the hospital that was Friday night. We were there until late Monday night, and we all took turns because we did not leave her unattended. And me and my two brothers and Chris. So that's the latest. So right before we dismissed from the hospital, they said she did not have a seizure. No, she did not have a stroke. She had a seizure. So that was the latest thing that they said about her. So now she has to have another CT scan in 10 days. They went ahead and sent her home. And we're just going to see what happens. This can happen with platelets that is this low. They even said that they seen the blood, what they called the new blood, and then they seen what they call old blood. They seen some of that. So they asked her if she had had a previous injury, hit in the head or fall or whatever. And she said no. Of course, but none of us remember that. So they said she may have had a spontaneous bleed. So really, we're just going to have to wait and see. But the way that we need to pray, I think that's all the cold stuff. The way that we need to pray is, I didn't even get to cook that. I hate throwing away food. Hate it. But I have it at home. Is that this side, it's this side that's pressing up against this side, so it's affecting this side. That it will drain. It's not draining. And she's too high risk for surgery. So we just need it to drain. That's all we can do. So if y'all will please help me pray about that, I would greatly appreciate it. But she's home. She feels good. She goes, I'm just tired. But she feels good. She's got a wonderful outlook. She's just optimistic about everything. She's always been positive minded. And but that is the gist of why we've been gone. And so, but today I've got probably about 20 people coming to the house this evening, and we're going to decorate. This is our fall festival weekend. So we're going to be decorating and doing all that kind of stuff this evening. And then of course tomorrow is the big day. And then Tuesday I'm leaving for Missouri. I'm leaving for Branson. Like I said, I'm so sorry I've been gone. I just couldn't help it, and all of y'all's messages have been so sweet, and I'm so sorry I haven't answered anybody. I probably owe about 50 messages back to y'all, at least. I've had this cough. I think it's allergy. So, but I appreciate y'all sticking around. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'll get with y'all next week. We're going to be in Branson for a ladies retreat, and I'll probably show y'all some pretty stuff up there. But we'll catch back up with y'all. See y'all. Bye. Love you. Keep looking to the east.